All right, this video is going to be one that you need to experiment a little bit for yourself. This is the TRX row, horizontal pull-up inverted row. There's a whole bunch of names for it out there. If you don't have a proper TRX, like same concept. Ring row is another one out there. You've got gymnastics rings. But essentially what we're doing is we're moving our body weight to do some rows. It's a great movement just to build some strength. It's kind of like the push-up, but for pulls. Once you get kind of decently strong at it and you can control yourself for some tempo, time to move on to something better. Pull-ups would be the progression from this, but if you can't do pull-ups, or if you're someone who just needs to get like a lot of moving your body weight around type of work in, weight loss type person, this is awesome. Someone doing a lot of pull-ups. You can use these as a setup for like doing single leg work, for doing push-ups on them, all kinds of stuff that they show you online, like they fucking sell like hotcakes. But for our purposes, all we're gonna go over is the row. Now, the key with this is that we want to be in a position where we can keep our glutes flexed and have a straight line from our shoulders through our knees. Because if we go straight leg, and I'll demonstrate, it's very often that unless we have something strong to brace against with our feet, that we're not gonna have, our feet are gonna start sliding, right? And because as you get closer and closer to being parallel, that increases the difficulty of it and the amount of sway that you're gonna have pulling you forward. So what that looks like to get started is the handle should be somewhere around your waistline, like just a little bit south, a little above the waistline, that's fine. We're gonna go bent knees, like a glute bridge, and we're actually gonna bridge up with our glutes and hold the glutes tight, abs tight, and then from there do our row. When we do our row, we're pulling hands to the base of the ribs, right? And we're driving in like this. We're gonna hold at the top and then control ourselves down. The key being that we're not gonna flop around and just get bullshit reps. We're not kicking the hips up to kind of kip our way up. No body English. This is pure controlled body weight tension. What this will look like is like so. I'm going to actually sit down on the ground, plant my feet, and now from here, as I hang, I could relax, right? And almost touch the ground. Instead, I'm going to bridge my hips up and pack my shoulders like this. Finding my tension, and now I'm going to pull and row myself up, holding and controlling back down. Like so. Now, when I say that this is going to require some experimentation, you need to find the angle that you can handle. That would be kind of max angle. The only thing tougher than that is if we have a bench or something to put our feet onto, right? And kick our legs out. That takes even more, puts more of the weight into our upper body having to move it. If you don't have that, work that, or move on to pull-ups, whatever. Again, play around with the loading and figure out the angle that works for you, what you can adequately handle for full range of motion and keeping tension the entire time. What this will look like if you are going to be working up to this is you might end up sitting back like this, standing up, pulling yourself up and down, up and down, up and down, until you walk your feet down. And now you can see my feet are wanting to start sliding, like so, until we get to here. And now all of a sudden, the feet are sliding. And then you get down into the boss, final boss? There it is, yeah, final boss progression, the one that we started with. Point being, the entire time you're working on getting a lot of good volume, good tension, controlling your body weight, pulling, working your pull muscles. Yeah, that's the TRX row, ring row, whatever you want to call it. As far as programming and loading parameters go, 5 reps, 10 reps, 12 reps, right? You can do this. I've had clients that saw a lot of success actually throwing one of these up over their doorway in their office and just banging out a set of 5 or 10, like throughout the day, just nice and easy. And what that does is, again, you're just getting a lot of volume of pulling, and all that pulling muscles in your upper back helps pull your posture back, help you stand up taller, makes your biceps grow because, it's a row and you can't grow without the row. And just good for your overall shoulder health. as well as just being active throughout the day. So this is a great kind of grease the groove movement. Can throw tons of volume at it. If you want to do it during a workout, do it in between sets, right? So if you're doing some squats, do some TRX rows in the middle. You know, you do it, pair it with swings if you really want to. I find that it actually goes really well right before swings because it's pulling everything back and activating that upper back to keep everything packed so that when you're swinging, you know, you don't accidentally kind of let this loose. You're already locked in, ready to go. So yeah, play around with it, find the angle that works for you. Obviously, the more volume you're gonna do, reduce the intensity, all that kind of stuff. Watch the programming videos, you'll get a better feel for it. But yeah, TRX row, it's awesome. Not quite as vegetable-y as the Renegade row, but yeah, it's a banger. Throw it in your program, play around with it, find the angle, do that thing, and catch you on the next one.